The Board of Trustees meeting is called to order at 6:30 p.m. Please remain seated for a moment of reflection or stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we get a roll call, please?
Atkins?
Yes, here.
Zobel?
Here.
Siamaco?
Present.
I just want to do a quick introduction of everybody sitting up here for anybody who might not know who we are. We've got Chief Belford wandering around. Over here, we've got Westerville Fire Chief Brian Miller, Fiscal Officer Joanne Burry, Trustee Atkins, myself, Trustee Zobel, Trustee Siamaco. And I noticed, I think you have a new job title, don't you? Is that different now? We have Matt Newman, Director of Roads, Buildings, and Grounds. It's always been that? I keep seeing Service Director. All right, never knew that. Yeah, and we've got Pat down there too, so anyway. All right, it looks like we have the swearing in of a couple new detectives, and Trustee Siamaco is going to be taking care of that.
All right. Could Officer Asia Chung come up, please? So I previously swore in Officer Chung at the police department as a police officer. She's going to be sworn in as by an elected official as a police constable. It's two different kinds of township police officers. When the township officers are both.
Okay. On this date, you are hereby commissioned as a peace officer to serve as a police constable for Glendon Township Police Department pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 50901. As such, you shall affirm to the following. Repeat after me. I state your name,
Asia Chung,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution and laws of the State of Ohio,
the laws and Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the laws and ordinances of Glendon Township,
and the laws and ordinances of Glendon Township,
and I will discharge the duties of the office of police constable,
and I will discharge the duties of police constable,
to which I have been appointed
to which I have been appointed
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice to have you.
And if I could ask Officer Chung and Officer Maley to come up center stage here. Just right next to each other. So Officer Maley has been working as an investigator in our detective bureau for quite some time now. She's come in on a more regular basis. And since the levy's passed, we're bringing the Detective Bureau back online and full investigative services for the residents of the township. And Officer Chung is coming to us from Ohio BCI, where she's a crime scene investigator, a former investigator, and now she's going to be a detective with us. And so we'd like to stop calling them both officer and start calling them both detective. So I'm presenting each of them with their detective's badge. And getting a picture taken while I do it. And now we'd like to ask Detective Nance to come up if we could get a picture of the entire Glendon Township Detective Bureau, which I believe is the only all-female detective bureau in Central Ohio.
That's what I was thinking too.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to detective work, and welcome aboard. And thanks for
All right, that was exciting. So next, we're going to move on into public comment. At the last meeting, we changed the rules on public comment just a little bit. In case you weren't here to know that, we're having public comment both at the beginning and at the end. 5 minutes-ish per person at the beginning, 3 minutes-ish per person at the end. At the beginning, talk about whatever you want. At the end, it's about what's going on in this meeting only. That said, does anybody want to stand up to speak tonight? Seeing that we have no public comment, we're going to move on to trustee comment. Would either of you like to start?
I can go.
Feel free.
Okay, to keep our residents informed about what our officers do for us, every month I provide information on their runs. During the month of January alone, our police made 348 runs, broken down as follows: Huber Ridge 61, Cleveland Heights 12, Sunbury Woods 6, Hoover East of Sunbury Road 9. The additional runs not included in the preceding totals are for the areas outside of neighborhoods like Westerville Road, Industrial Park, Sunbury Road, 161, and I-270. Also, earlier this week, Pat and I attended the first JED-Z meeting for 2026 with primary discussions around the Sunbury Road corridor improvements. We will keep you updated as we hear more. I know we're kind of in the preliminary stages, but hopefully we'll be able to push that along. And for any of you who pay property taxes, the triennial property value update. This is a state-required process that updates values for every property in the county. As part of the process, the auditor's office has launched the 2026 Know Your Home Value website. It's a one-stop shop website that features detailed information on the triennial update. The new website shows the timelines of the triennial update, a printable PDF triennial guide, options available to homeowners who disagree with their newly assigned property value, and that will be available in June, by the way, and answers to frequently asked questions. The goal is to make the triennial property value update easy to understand and to ensure owners have a voice in the process.
back to
I'm
that.
putting my reminder in my phone. now.
Awesome, thank you, thank you. All right, that's all I have then. We can move on over to Fiscal Officer Burry with the fiscal report.
Yes, have you had a chance to look at the regular meeting minutes from January 28th?
Yes.
Yes,
May I have a motion to approve them?
I will move.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion on the table. Trustee Atkins has moved to approve the trustee meeting minutes from the January 28th regular meeting. It's seconded by Trustee Siamako. Do we have any discussion?
No.
All right, call for the vote.
Atkins?
Yes.
Zobel?
Yes.
Seymour?
Yes.
And then have you had a chance to review the purchase orders today?
Yes.
Yes.
May I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the purchase orders as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All right, call for the vote.
Atkins?
Yes.
Zobel?
Yes.
Seymour?
Yes.
And then have you had a chance to review the bills?
Yes.
Yes.
May I have a motion?
I'll move to pay bills as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
No.
All right, call for the vote.
Atkins?
Yes.
Zobel?
Yes.
Seymour?
Yes.
And then, this will be discussed a little bit later on, but there was a cruiser, that was totaled. We will get insurance proceeds, for all but about $17,000, that will be our out-of-pocket. But we have to pass a supplemental appropriation for the full replacement and the associated upfitting. So this is a resolution, for supplemental appropriations in the amount of $53,150 in the public safety machinery and equipment account.
I'll move to approve the supplemental appropriations and amend the 2026 permanent appropriations in the amount of $53,150 as presented.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion on the table to approve the supplemental appropriations for $53,150 as presented, seconded by Trustee Atkins. Any discussion?
No.
Call for the vote.
Atkins?
Yes.
Zobel?
Yes.
Seymour?
Yes.
And that's all I have.
All right, moving on to Pat with Administration and Human Resources.
Thank you. Well done repeating the resolution, or the motion as you learned in the OTA conference.
Yes, that little tidbit, that was
Point that out
helpful.
for you. So there was a discussion and consensus of the board to put together some trustee work sessions. And I know the three of you went kind of, when can we do this, what time, those kind of things. So there is a resolution I'd like to amend the meeting schedule, which was Resolution 2025-27, and pass this resolution 2026-04. And what it does, it adds a 5:30 public work session to every fourth Wednesday of the month for the remainder of the year. What that allows us to do is they're posted now. Everyone knows they're there. If 1 month you guys decide, or second Wednesday of the month you decide we don't have a topic this month, you can cancel that meeting, but we have it on the calendar, everybody's got it on the calendar and move forward. So I would ask for you to do this, and we'll repost this as the meeting schedule as soon as you consider it.
All right, I will move to approve Resolution 2026-04, amending Resolution 2025-27, adding monthly trustee work sessions to the fourth Wednesday of every month at 5:30 p.m. prior to the scheduled regular trustee meeting. Any discussion? And just to clarify for everyone out there, this part will also be public. You'll be able to come in and view that part of the meeting and then stick around for the rest of it if you would like. Call for the vote.
Atkins?
Yes.
Zobel?
Yes.
Seymour?
Yes.
Thank you. Next, I'd like you to accept a donation. Mr. Bob and Ruth Ann Foley have donated a recumbent elliptical cross trainer that's in the front room as you come in the door for the seniors to use. It was bought in 2024 for $2,799 and never used. So in other words, it was a tie rack, I'm sure. It's Val's parents. And they're not using it. They told Val, so they put it right over here, so anybody can use it. We thought about maybe getting thrown away TV to put in there for them or something, so maybe they could watch Young and Restless while they do it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So I would ask you to accept that donation so we can put it on inventory.
All right, I will move to graciously accept the donation of a Physio Step recumbent elliptical cross trainer for the senior center from Bob and Ruth Ann Foley.
I'll second.
All right, any discussion?
Thank them very much.
All right, just call for the vote.
Atkins?
Yes.
Zobel?
Yes.
Schumacher?
Yes.
Couple more things that don't take any action. On Sunday, the 22nd of February, Kenny and Amanda Smith from Nashville, Tennessee will be here to do their duet show for the seniors. But it's not just for seniors. If you're a senior center member, it's free. If you're not a member and you want to come, it's $5 to get in. I had contacted White Castle about a month ago, and they're donating 150 White Castles for that. So we're going to serve White Castles. So the seniors love White Castles. They've been asking me about it. So I got a hold of corporate. So the 161 store is going to donate 150 White Castles, and we're going to have that and maybe some hot dogs left over from last year, and we'll do the show. So that'll happen on the 22nd from 2 to 4 p.m. And then
Are you singing at that, Pat, by
I
the way?
might be. There's a couple, 2 or 3 songs that I'm going to be involved in. So that's the special guest on that thing there. That and the White Castle, the other special guests, I guess, right? So there's a possibility. And then lastly, there's been some discussion since I started working here about the parking signs on Veradera, that strip of Veradera as you come down the hill. And there's been varying discussions about it. They should stay there, they shouldn't stay there. The only feedback I can give you is they were put there many years ago. And the Franklin County engineer told me if it was their choice, they wouldn't care if they were gone because they believe that, believe it or not, they believe street parking is better for traffic calming and speed calming than non-street parking. That's how the engineer looks at it. I was asked by trustees over at least put this out there as a discussion item for you guys to discuss, and Matt and I will do at the pleasure of the board. If you want them removed, if you want to leave the ones from the top of the hill down because it comes over the hill there, a couple there, the 30 to 50 feet coming up the hill, and then they're scattered there for a while. It seems like there are a lot of them.
I think there were 9 of them.
Yeah.
It's very random. I don't know if either, I'm sure you have driven up through, I don't know if you have, but it's just this one little, gosh, what, 8th mile section of a road that is just littered with no parking signs. And so there's a lot of residents who just don't have anywhere to park. So that was one of the first requests I got before I ever got up here on the table, was to get those things down. So I'm happy to take every one of them down.
I'm fine with whatever you guys
My
decide.
only suggestion is a stop sign as you're going, I guess, south of Veradera.
Okay.
There is a hill there, and if you had the no parking from where that hill starts down, because as you're coming, if it's snowy and stuff, it might be best not to have cars right by the stop sign. So up from the stop sign, maybe those, but they're like right now they say no parking this way, and they have an arrow, and this way, they're not even really. They're a little confusing as they are, and there's a lot of them. So it's whatever you guys want us to do.
And Franklin County engineer doesn't care what we do.
Frank
Sounds like-
engineer would rather not be there in their mind. They think it slows traffic to not have them.
What do
They'd
you-
rather see some cars.
Pat brought up snow. Matt, that's you.
I think we could remove them all.
Okay.
Just south of that stop sign, there's a fire hydrant
Oh, that's true.
within 15 to 20 feet, so they can't park there anyway.
Okay.
So I think removing them would be fine.
Okay. Do we have a consensus for that?
Whatever you guys decide.
All right. Let's
Oh,
knock
wait, Chief Miller, you have something?
this- Okay.
I may need to get a drive it to make sure our fire trucks, or you, Matt, are you good with, would we still be able to fit through there okay, or?
I can get my plow truck through there.
Okay. Then we're probably fine. I just want to make sure, so.
Do you want to make sure before we,
I trust Matt, if he can get the plow through, we can probably get our trucks through, so, okay.
Even the big guy?
Yeah, it's actually more maneuverable
Okay.
than some
well,
of
life
the,
safety is more important,
So,
so if
yeah.
you feel we can't,
but no, if he can get the plow through, our trucks should be able to make it through, so, okay, thank you.
All right, taking them down. Thank you.
7:15. That's all I have unless you have anything else for me.
I have nothing. Looks like we're moving on to Matt.
Yeah, I just have one order of business this evening. So, a couple weeks ago, I was selling some lots over in East Section, and I was on our Sims map looking, and we have this area that's restricted against the road. And I was doing some more research and found that these lots are 9-foot lots, not 10-foot lots. And they're not for sale because they're not full size. So I talked to Pat and I talked to Taylor, and I thought, why don't we open those 32 plots and use them as cremation burials. We could still put 64 cremations in these
32
32
lots.
lots.
Okay,
So with the board's approval, I say we sell
See,
those.
why not?
yep, absolutely.
Now-
That's a great idea.
The one thing though, we should probably bring up, and this would be up to the board, is, it's $2,200 for a 10-foot plot.
2,200.
Yeah, and we were thinking, because it's 9 foot and can't be sold any other way, that we come up with a price lower than that for cremations. So,
Of course.
Do we have
Right.
comps?
So Taylor had suggested what?
So Taylor suggested, $1,250 per lot.
Did she check with other cemeteries to
Did we
see
do
what
comps
they
at
charge?
Um, I don't have an answer for that.
I think we need to look at
Yeah,
that.
as long as we look at comps,
Yeah.
we don't have to price it today, but I mean, I'm perfectly comfortable with that. That gives us something to do with space that is otherwise useless, yeah. Um, And
Put two in each
there
one.
is a very growing, seems to be a large growing audience of cremation burials as well. So, yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. But yeah, if we look at comps, or we know that, she's looked at comps and that's appropriate, then we can move forward with that, right? I mean, that's not an
You
official.
can have comps tomorrow, out to you guys, and
That'd be great.
Maybe we pick
And
the-
which cemeteries are charging what, so we can
Yep.
look at
we
that.
can check it more, we check out Mifflin Way and different places and find out. Yep.
That's all I have.
Other comparable cemeteries.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Moving on, Chief Belford.
Well, my issue about the cruiser was very well covered by the fiscal officer. That was everything I was gonna say. And then I believe Township Administrator Meyer was gonna move the conditional offer to the end of the meeting.
Yes.
But before, can I ask you to address something that we have all heard complaints about during the snow emergency, Chief, on why cars are left on the side of the road during snow emergencies? And I know you guys have probably been also approached with many emails from people, so I thought Chief would probably be the best person to explain what is happening during a snow emergency.
Sure. The signs that say no parking during a snow emergency do allow us to tow vehicles during a snow emergency. And often we're asked, why are they not being towed? This has been an issue as long as I've been here, 41 years. Towing vehicles in a snow emergency is extremely problematic for several reasons. One is officers are usually very busy during snow emergencies, responding to crashes, helping people whose cars are stuck on the road and blocking the roadway. We also get a lot of weather-related alarm calls during weather events, and we've got our well-being checks, and then all the other calls that happen. So the call volume doesn't usually allow for officers to just dedicate their time to towing cars. During gaps in that call for service, when they do have time, the problem during a snow emergency is that it's extremely hard to get a tow truck to respond to your location for a low priority, what they consider a low priority parking complaint. So the tow companies are very busy during snow emergencies, also responding to crashes, pulling cars out of the snow that are, especially cars that are blocking the roadway. They have their AAA contracts, which give them a certain amount of time to respond. That you could end up waiting a long time for a tow truck for a parking complaint. This ends up with a situation compounded by the fact that snow emergencies are typically a lot shorter than 24 hours. Because they're that short, there'll be a time where they're declared, a time when the officers could start responding to vehicles that are parked on the street, and they start towing if they can, and then the snow emergency expires, and all the other cars that weren't towed are now legally parked. This causes quite a bit of consternation. In the past, we have gone out, fanned out over the neighborhoods, knocking on doors, trying to get people to move cars. A lot of people are not home. A lot of the cars can't be moved because you might have a parent, or that's my son's car, I don't have a key to it, it's not operable. It takes all the officers and all the road department employees before the storm to go out and knock or put flyers on windshields when the road department employees need to be preparing their trucks for the snow. We've tried that 3 times in all the time I've been here, and it has never been very effective. We've tried the flyers without knocking. That has not been effective and has really the main result has been a lot of brightly colored paper trash flying around after the snow melts. It does give us the legal authority to tow, and what that really ends up being is we get a call from a snowplow driver or the fire department, and we will go get that car towed. That becomes a higher priority run than simply a parking violation, because it's blocking public safety and public service vehicles. Oh, I'm not done, there's more.
Thanks so much.
People want to know.
A lot of problems with this. One of the things that people tend to realize after the fact is a lot of the reason these cars are out there is because the owners are elderly, disabled, sick, absent, and they can't move the cars. Some of these people are also financially challenged, and we have just added a very expensive towing bill to get their car back, and storage if they can't get down there right away. Also, we get into, if you do have a big snow event like this level 3 to a level 2 to level 1 that it lasted several days, now the cars are buried in, the snow plows have already gone around them, and it is an additional charge for the tow truck driver to dig the car out and tow it, rather than simply hook up to it and tow it. This is why it just has not been effective. Some people will message, I think if you did this, it would get people to quit parking their cars on the street. That has traditionally, historically not been the case. By the next snow emergency, everybody's forgotten about it, and the cars are back out there. The snowplow drivers know if I can't get around something, I'll reroute, call, and the cops will come and get the car, and I can come back through. Same thing with the fire department. So that is why we typically don't do it. That's my Reader's Digest short version.
We did have people ask, and I thought it was important that he address it, but maybe when we get the community advisory boards up and running, that would be